I was 26 years old and a single mother of 3 children. I had been seeing this guy for a few months, and I one day realized I needed to take a pregnancy test, and it was positive. I remember breaking down in my bathroom, crying, trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to handle telling everybody and how I was going to be perceived by society and even people I knew. I reached out to the father and told him that I was pregnant. His response was, "We need to take care of this as responsible adults and get rid of it." Abortion never really sat right with me. I never thought it would be anything that I would need to do. I never thought I'd be in this situation of being a single parent and being a single parent for a 4th time. So every day for about a good week to 2 weeks, he would text me asking, "Hey, did you make the appointment? How are you feeling? We need to make sure we get this done. We need to be responsible about this." And so I finally called Planned Parenthood and scheduled an abortion. I had asked if there was any way I could, talk about the different abortion options, since I wasn't really sure how each of them went or which one would be best for me. But I was told that they didn't really offer those services of counseling, so I scheduled a chemical abortion. I was hoping that way it would have less downtime. I was hoping I would be able to keep it more of a secret and that I would be able to get over going for an abortion faster that way. I went in for an ultrasound and they asked me if I wanted to see the ultrasound, if I wanted to know if the baby was alive, if there was twins, if there was a heartbeat. They asked me all those questions and I said yes to all of them. I remember once the ultrasound started, she looked at me and she said, "You're lucky the heartbeat bill hasn't passed. If it had passed, you wouldn't be able to continue because we detect a heartbeat." And she goes, this is really early because you're not even 6 weeks yet." That was really hard for me because it kind of solidified that there was a baby and I was trying to stop that heartbeat. I was trying to kill my child. But I was just thinking of everything the father was saying, and I was like, I told him I was coming, I have to do this. So after what seemed like forever, the doctor came in and gave me the pills that I had to take, and I took the pills, and then I went out to my car and I broke down. I went home and I was just trying to talk myself through the whole situation, and I was hoping I would feel better about taking the pills, as the day went on. But it took me a while to gain my composure and to stop crying, to go pick up my other children. And once I picked up my children, it almost hit me harder what I had done, because I was looking at my kids and I was like, these kids get love from me every single day. What did this baby in my tummy do to not deserve life? And so I started looking, after I'd put the kids to sleep, of what would happen if I didn't continue the regimen of the abortion. Would I be able to save my baby? What would happen if I just didn't take the next pills and just didn't do anything and waited to see? What would happen to the baby if I didn't continue the abortion? And I came across the abortion pill reversal hotline. And so I told myself if I was still feeling very upset about what I had done the next day, then I would call the hotline and see what they had to say. The next morning I woke up and I was starting to get a little worried that the abortion was already starting to work, just because I had noticed some changes going on. And so I called the abortion pill reversal and they answered right away. They acted very fast and they told me that there was a provider locally, which surprised me. And less than 24 hours from me taking that first pill, I was in the doctor's office getting another ultrasound, and the doctor was confident that I could continue the reversal regimen, that there was still life detected, but he didn't make any promises. And I remember looking at him and saying, I know you can't make any promises, but I will do whatever it takes to try and save my baby's life. So we started with the progesterone injections that day. And I remember feeling a little bit of a weight lifted off of my chest, knowing that I was trying my best to save my baby's life. By the following week, I had gone in for some blood work to see if the reversal was working, because I was wanting to switch from the injections over to the oral progesterone. I got the results back, and they were telling me that my hormone levels were improving, which meant my pregnancy was continuing normally as it should. So I switched over to the oral progesterone pills. I went for an ultrasound the following week, and we saw that baby was developing at the rate that baby should be for the gestation. By 12 weeks, the doctor looked at me and said, I'm very confident you're going to carry this baby to term. And at that point, I just felt a complete relief. I was very, very thankful that I was able to save my baby's life. I definitely still struggled with all of the thoughts of, how am I going to tell everybody? How are people going to view me? And I had thoughts of, how am I going to do this? I didn't really start telling anybody I was pregnant until I was about 18 weeks. And it was hard. It was a struggle, even trying to come out and tell people, but I still felt better than when I was going through the abortion, worried that I was not able to save my baby's life, because I had contemplated taking my own life as I was going through all of that. January 11th, though, everything was better when I got to hold my baby boy. He is a little spitfire. He loves to dance. He's very intense, and his emotions are like right on his sleeve. But our life has been changed in such a great way through having him join our family, and seeing him interact with his siblings just fills my heart so full. And even though his father has never wanted to meet him, has never met him, has never asked about him, we have been able to make it. I have been able to go back to school. I have great support from my family, and I even have immense support from different pro-life organizations, like the clinic that was able to help me with the reversal, like Heartbeat International. It's just a really good community of people who really do care, and who showed me that giving life and keeping that hope is so much more important than being told you can't do something. I'm very proud of myself that I was able to kind of stand up to those people telling me I couldn't do it, and those fears that I was having about parenting another child. But through doing all that, I feel even more empowered, and I feel even stronger, because I was able to save myself, and I was able to save my son. And that is what I would tell any woman now who is contemplating abortion. I would sympathize with them and let them know, like, it is scary sometimes if you don't have the good support, or if you are worried about your circumstances or how other people will view you. Those fears are very real, but so is the decision to take your baby's life. And so I always am gonna err on the side of love and compassion and empowerment, and let women know they can do this.